Claude is inventing clauses that don't exist in your contracts. I caught it last week, a 50-page client agreement uploaded as PDF, and Claude confidently listed a termination clause that was never in the document. If you're feeding contracts, RFPs, or long reports into Claude for client work, you're probably shipping hallucinations and don't know it. Most tutorials test this on 2-page invoices where everything looks fine. I'll show you the failure on a real 50-page contract, then the preprocessor that pushed recall from 71% to 97% and cut token cost 74%. I'm Lazar. I run this in production daily. Let's open the bad version first. Here's the setup. The client sent us a 52-page master services agreement, standard legal boilerplate, 6 termination clauses scattered across sections 4, 9, and an appendix. I drop the PDF straight into Claude, the way every tutorial tells you to, and I ask one prompt, list every termination clause with the exact section number. Claude returns 7 clauses. 7. One of them references section 11.3, which sounds legitimate, except section 11.3 is about governing law. The clause is fabricated. Plausible language, plausible numbering, completely invented. And this isn't a one-off. Across 40 test contracts, PDF upload gave us 71% recall and a hallucination rate north of 12%. For a client intake pipeline, that's unshippable. Now here's why it happens. When you upload a PDF, Claude receives a flattened text stream. Headers, footers, page numbers, signature blocks, the table of contents, all of it gets mashed in with the actual clauses. Section hierarchy is gone. Indentation is gone. There's no anchor for Claude to cite. So when it's uncertain, it pattern matches what a contract usually looks like and generates a clause that fits. The common advice is convert to markdown. That helps on short documents. On 50 pages, it still degrades. Because markdown headings don't give the model a stable address to point at. Recall jumped to 83%. Better. Still not production grade. The fix that actually works is chunked HTML with anchor IDs. Here's the pipeline. Step 1. BeautifulSoup extracts text page by page and preserves the bounding boxes, which lets us detect section headings by font size and indentation instead of guessing. Step 2. A short Python pass strips the boilerplate, running headers, page numbers, signature blocks, the cover page. That alone removes about 30% of the tokens. Step 3. BeautifulSoup wraps each detected section in an HTML div with an ID attribute. Section 4.2 becomes div ID equals section 4.2. Sub-clauses get nested IDs. The table of contents becomes a nav block we can either keep or drop. Step 4. We chunk by section, not by token count, so Claude always sees a complete clause with its anchor. Now I rerun the exact same prompt on the pre-processed version. List every termination clause with the exact section number. Claude returns 6 clauses. 6. Each one cites a specific anchor ID, section 4.2, section 9.1, appendix B3, and I can grep the source HTML and confirm every single citation exists. Recall hits 97% across the test set. Hallucination rate drops to under 2%. And because we stripped the boilerplate, token cost per contract went from 42 cents to 11 cents. On a pipeline processing 30 contracts a day, that's real money. One more thing worth saying out loud. This isn't about Claude being broken. Claude is doing exactly what it should with the input it receives. The problem is the input. Upload garbage structure. Get garbage citations. Give it anchored, hierarchical HTML, and it behaves like a careful junior associate who quotes the section before answering. The preprocessor is about 90 lines of Python. BeautifulSoup, a small heuristics module for heading detection. It runs in under 4 seconds on a 50-page contract. We have it sitting in front of every long document workflow we ship. Contract intake, RFP analysis, policy review, vendor agreement comparison. Anything over 10 pages goes through it before it ever touches Claude. If you're feeding long contracts, RFPs, or reports into Claude for client work, and you're not pre-processing them, you're shipping hallucinations. See the actual preprocessor and other automations we ship for clients at BizflowAI.io. Hit subscribe and ring the bell so the next breakdown lands in your feed. And if you've got a document pipeline you want built and audited properly, book a free 30-minute discovery call at BizflowAI.io. We'll map it out with you.